But the system said, Chris, do this, do that, do this. That's why I saw people from other countries come into this business and become very successful. I said, whoa.
And most people doubt about everything. People don't have the inner components to fight for even a small little thing. They quit.
I know God gave me a microphone and a platform. The more money I make, the bigger business I build, the more people I impact, the more influence I get to win more souls for the kingdom of God. So if that's the case, that's my scoreboard. Being a part of PHP Agency and Integrity, I had the blessing of being around people who are winning. This is really important. You know our company. I saw people come from third world countries, from Haiti, Nigeria, El Salvador, speak broken English, come into the insurance industry space and crush it. And I said, man, if this guy's doing it, speaking broken English, making no excuses, I know I can do it eventually. Saeed, I've never met somebody who grows and develops to a new level, and you say, wow, this guy's reached the pinnacle, man. He's grown to develop to who he is. Like, wow, you cannot become better than this. Sometimes in life when we're struggling, we compare ourselves to others and we get jealous. Oh, that guy is winning. He has a faster car. He has a bigger house. He's got a better looking wife. I don't know, whatever. We compare.
Sí, buenas tardes. Hoy estamos muy felices. Estuvimos acá con el gran mentor, el señor Chris Hart, un gran amigo, una persona que ha influenciado en mi vida de una manera correcta por sobre 8 años aproximadamente. Y lo interesante es que en este episodio nos habló de cómo fueron sus principios, cómo él fue educado, cómo decisiones que sus padres tomaron y cómo lo educaron, lo ayudó y lo forjaron a la persona que él es al día de hoy. Y aparte de eso, cómo el haber trabajado para la empresa Apple lo ayudó a él a entender lo que es ser un empleado y la transición hacia el mundo empresarial y la importancia de mentorías, porque en el camino conocí a Patrick Bet-David, uno de mis mentores también, y le permitió a él esta mentoría la capacidad para forjarlo, para crearlo, para cambiar su mentalidad y ayudarlo a refinar su mentalidad hacia el mundo empresarial, convirtiéndolo en un CEO, donde el día de hoy se convierte en el CEO de la empresa SOS, Sold Out Servants, y al día de hoy, líder número 1, Most Valuable Player al nivel de la nación en los Estados Unidos, siendo el primer afroamericano en Integrity, convertirse en multimillonario cuando sale literalmente de nada. Y es muy inspirador la historia de él porque puede probar que efectivamente cuando usted tiene fe, es disciplinado, es consistente y no se quita, eventualmente puede alcanzar el éxito. Y al día de hoy ha demostrado eso efectivamente, creando una de las grandes organizaciones más productivas y de alta rentabilidad al nivel de la nación. Y me siento afortunado de llamarlo un amigo, aparte de llamarlo un mentor, y aparte que lo conozco desde sus principios cuando no tenía éxito en la empresa, y ya lo conozco por aproximadamente sobre 7 años personalmente. Y ha sido una persona que ha jugado un papel céntrico en mi crecimiento también en el mundo empresarial. Así que esperamos que lo disfrutes, que utilices esto en lo personal y que te ayude a ti, te inspire y te ayude a ti también a alcanzar lo que es importante para ti. Hasta el próximo capítulo. ¿Sabe lo que mantiene la sangre fluyendo y el corazón latiendo? Escucha eso. Están en el fuego. ¿Y qué es el fuego? Es conectarse. We're super excited here today. Welcome to another version of the official podcast of Saeed Ives. I'm super excited. Today I have not only a friend, but a mentor and a person that I appreciate dearly. Chris Hart is actually one of my mentors in PHP Integrity, but besides that, I consider him truly a friend. We have known each other now for the past 7 years. And we have been through ups and downs, but you know, something that I have seen in Chris is not only he's a person of principle and values, but he's actually a solid friend, a person of incredible value. But besides that, a person that has been there always, man, a loyal individual. Besides that, an incredible person. So most people out there love him. Most people out there want to be like him. And we saw the value of bringing him today into our podcast. And we want to know a bit about what is that drives Chris Hart. What is that drives him to be the competitive individual that he is. And besides that, why he's so dependable and why he's so driven the way he is. So why is that you think that people associate when you're like, serving the Lord, you're in church, you're serving, being a servant. Most people think that there's no association with wealth and serving the Lord. And they say, hey, I serve the Lord, but then the Lord will, God will provide for you. But then most people have this concept that, you're a Christian, but you should be not wealthy. You should probably be a normal individual and struggle big time. Why you think that there's that philosophy and that concept out there?
It's crazy. I think it's the work of lazy.
Because even pastors.
Lazy pastors.
Okay, even pastors preach that.
Yeah, lazy pastors preach that. Who don't want to work. Who don't want to build a church. Who don't want to grow and improve and get better. Hey, nowhere in Scripture does it say that you should be broke or struggle. And I think so many Christians think that they count it a blessing to struggle. And we pray for God to bless us. We pray for things without work. Faith without work is dead. Nothing in Proverbs says from a wisdom perspective that being lazy or a sluggard is God's going to bless it. God does not bless that. And so I think that in the church, sometimes we're lost. We feel that to struggle and to live in poverty is a blessing. Think about it, Saeed. Like,
most people, even Latinos, in Puerto Rico, this is what they preach about.
Yeah.
Oh, this doesn't mix. This doesn't mix, man. You serve one. They say you serve one God, this one or that one.
Okay. So God has a command for us to serve the widow and the orphan, to take care of them. What does that provide? What do we need for that? We need money.
Resources.
How can I take care of a widow or orphan without resources? And at the end of the day, how can I even win souls for the kingdom of God if I'm not setting a good example or our influence? We bear fruit in our lives. The fruit we bear from our marriage, from our profession, from our business, makes people say, hey, I want to bear that fruit. Where does it come from? It comes from God. And so I realized quickly, man, because I saw that path from my parents. My parents were evangelists. They would pray for you. They loved God, and they did some things in the church, but never really grew the church like crazy. And I said, man, how do I compete with rappers and singers and pop stars and people who are on Instagram who are having a bad influence for my kids and generation? How do I compete with them? We have to win, Saeed. I have to go make money, set a good example, and showcase that, hey, I love my wife, I honor God, I pay my tithes, but guess what? I also enjoy life. I travel. I have a nice car. I have a great home. I have good things. We can enjoy God's good earth, but still give back to others. And so I think that we need more Christians in this modern day and age that realize that, hey, as I win in life and people follow me as I follow Christ, I win more souls and grow the kingdom.
So Chris, when you're winning in life, people want to be close to a winner. But in order to win, you have to lose. So truly when you're losing, you have to have faith, because then at some point you're going to change and you will succeed. So I know you have said many times that you have struggled big time. It took years because you were like way down there, way low down there, and but you always had faith. How having faith and having this incredible vision and sustaining yourself through those struggles played a significant role in knowing that indeed at some point you will win, and you have this inner conviction that it has to happen. How that played a role in guiding you through the dark phases of your life and through those massive struggles, which I know them because you have shared with me multiple times.
Yes, absolutely. I think back to 2015, the worst and the best year of my life.
The worst and the best in the same year?
Same year. The worst because I went through struggle. We were living on our in-laws' couch. I had a newborn daughter named Nala. She's 11 years old now. At the time, she was the only child, and we were struggling living on my in-laws' couch. Our car got repoed. We're broke. We're struggling. Wow. If you've ever been married as a man or even as a wife, as a woman, when a child comes into your marriage for the first time, it kind of shakes things up a little bit. So me and my wife were going through our own struggles in our wedding, our marriage, and not contemplating divorce, but the word coming up sometimes. She hates me. I hate her. I can't stand her. I'm struggling in business. I can't make any money. I'm struggling. I'm suffering. And Saeed, I believe that when God can show up in business, when you get to a point in business where you say, okay, man, I can't do it alone. I need God's help. And God humbled me in business. God humbled me in 2015 to realize, okay, I need God's help. In that year, man, I dedicated myself to a Bible study group with men called Man Cave in California, back in Southern California. I went to. I knew who God was. Grew up in the church, but I had drifted a little bit. So I rededicated my life to Christ, loving my wife, honoring God, going to church, reading the Word, all by building my business. And I realized that during that time, that season of my life, God started to do things in my life as I got aligned with Him first. And I can tell you right now, what kept the hope alive was two things. One, I just knew that God had a bigger plan for my life. I'm a man of faith. I knew that God did not create me to struggle. And why would God make me just to struggle? What a cruel God. I'm gonna make you to struggle. I'm gonna give you birth. He's giving me a life of abundance and an earth to be abundant on. So I knew that was true. But two, Saeed, I saw people winning.
Chris, did you doubt that at some point?
100%.
Because people doubt that. Like
100%.
We go out every day.
Yep.
And most people doubt about everything. People don't have the inner components to fight for even a small little thing. They quit.
Yep.
I cannot do it. They're full of negativity. They're full of doubtness, and they don't have faith. They believe nothing is possible because nothing has happened in their life. So, at that super low moment in your life, what gave you energy? Because something gave you energy.
Oh, sure did. It was shit. Being a part of PHP Agency and Integrity, I had the blessing of being around people who are winning. This is really important. It's like, sometimes in life when we're struggling, we compare ourselves to others and we get jealous. Oh, that guy's winning. He has a faster car. He has a bigger house. He's got a better looking wife. I don't know. Whatever. We compare. We compare.
Okay. He has better clothes.
He has better clothes, right?
Better shoes.
Better shoes. I didn't compare. What I said was, you know what? If he's doing it, it's possible. If another man is doing it, I saw, man, you know our company. I saw people come from third world countries, from Haiti, Nigeria, El Salvador, speak broken English, come into the insurance industry space and crush it. And I said, man, if this guy's doing it, speaking broken English, making no excuses, I know I can do it eventually. So the hope wasn't necessarily me. The hope was external factors, seeing that people are doing it, it's possible. If I stick around the same environment, it's a matter of time before I blow up. So I didn't quit because of others winning. I said, people are winning here.
So will you say that when you had those bad thoughts and the urge to quit or the urge of doing something else, what maintained you in the company was simply seeing the example of another person that didn't probably had maybe not even 10% of what you had, and they were winning.
Exactly. That's exactly what it was. I said, man, why would I walk away when I know it works? If you're part of a team or an organization or a company and everyone is failing, everybody is failing, run. There's no proof of concept. Does it work? When you see people are successful, that's proof of concept. So now the question becomes not, is it possible? It's definitely possible. The question becomes, are you willing to stay around and get better and improve and work it? So I didn't see a better path. I said, man, I could get a job, make $100K a year, 180K, man, really go all in, become a VP, make $205K a year, go into the highest tax bracket, take home $125K a year. That's the best life can do for me? When people are out there becoming entrepreneurs, making millions, I want the best for my life, man. So I want to work with people who are setting the example and doing it and learn from them. And that's how I got introduced to a guy named Patrick Bet-David. And I saw PBD doing what he's doing in life 12, 13 years ago. And I said, man, I'm going to stick to this guy's side, man, and run with him.
So, Chris, I need to ask you this. So you know Patrick from all phases in life. So you know Patrick when Patrick was like nobody in the field. Yeah. When he was simply an agent trying to become a CEO because he was not still a CEO. He has said that many times. You know Patrick today as a self-made billionaire. But then what gave you the consistency and what gave you the vision? Okay, I need to be around this guy. I'm going to stay with him, and I'm going to pass all the different phases, and I know that I'm going to share his vision, and I'm going to hold my family and myself to the standards that he is holding himself to, and we're going to win together. What gave you that vision?
Two things. The first day I met Patrick Bet-David was 2013, August 2nd, 2013. I'm at an event, and at this time he's no value tainment. He's not the PBD podcast. He's trying to figure out how to become a strong CEO at PHP. He's learning how to become a CEO.
It took what, like 5 years? He says, like 5 years
to master that skill set, right? As a CEO. And so I'm there. I'm at the event. And this is just, he speaks life into me about where he's going in life. And I saw his eyes, man, the eyes don't lie. And I saw a fire in his man. I said, this guy's going somewhere, right? And so I had no clue where we're going. But he's casting vision. He's casting vision for the future of PHP and integrity and what we're doing, where we're going. I said, man, I want to be around a visionary who says we're going somewhere. So we had a crusade. So I joined him for that one reason. But what kept me around, Patrick, Saeed, I've never met somebody who grows and develops to a new level. And you say, wow, this guy's reached the pinnacle, man. He's grown to develop to who he is. Like, wow, you cannot become better than this. And then every 18 months or so,
he's improving.
Improves. I just saw him this past weekend. And I'm like, I'm in awe. I'm like, I've been running for 13 years. And you keep improving and getting better. And people say, guys like Patrick, guys who chase Elon Musk, these moguls, these billionaires, all they care about is money. Patrick's at a point in life where he's got all the money he needs. A minority owner of New York Yankees, he's doing very well for himself. So a guy like that, what keeps him going, improving, getting better, process? He has everything he wants in life. He can walk away today and never work again, and for generations his family's blessed. Being around a man like that, who's saying he has to get to the next level and grow, improve, and get better, man, it's contagious. If it's somebody saying, man, I want to find the best version of me in life, you have to be around somebody who's always getting better, improving, and challenging you. And so I meet too many people, Saeed, who are with their coworkers, at home with their parents. No one wants to grow. Everyone's just stagnant. Hey, I make 100K, yeah, I'm a big shot. I make 205K, yeah, I'm a big shot. I make $250,000, yeah, I'm a big shot. And it's not about the money, Saeed, but in our monetary system on earth, your value, what you make in your income, is a direct reflection of your value to the world. So I'm not challenging anybody's income. I'll tell you right now, if you make 100K a year, you're saying you're worth 100K a year. $250,000, that's what you're worth. I believe, Saeed, that I'm worth more than anyone can ever pay for. But it's up to me to seek it out and find it.
Remarkable. Brother, let me ask you this. You know, when in 2015, you're struggling, you're going through all those phases, maybe having difficulties with your marriage and all this, and you're broke. And you initiated, or I guess you were working with Apple, or you find Apple. You're a W-2 employee, and you're building part-time in this company. Most people today, it's raining and they quit.
The rain. Yeah, I can't make it in. It's wet outside, man.
It's raining.
The roads are wet.
I quit.
I quit. I can't do it.
I quit, man. It's too much for me, man.
Yep.
People are super soft, and like little thing is sufficient. Yeah, I'm done in life.
Yep.
Okay, so how did Apple shape you as a man? Because you're struggling every day. You're going in. You're working 9 to 5. You're doing all kinds of things. You know, trying to struggle and work on both sides and build your business. Why didn't you quit PHP and just focus fully on the 9 to 5? Because most people do that.
Yeah,
and they say, I cannot do two things. I can only do this, and I need to support my family. Which again, it was the good way out. You know, you're a hero, man. You go back. You're working for Apple, a super billionaire company, super successful. You know, working with probably the #1 company in the market. Yeah. What actually, even though you were working there, you knew that was not your way out?
Man, a couple of things happened in my life. And so we work for these jobs, right, these companies. A lot of us go to school for 4 years, get a degree, we go get a government job. Or we go get a master's degree, we go work for a company like an Apple or an Amazon or Meta, Facebook, all these big brands, Tesla. And we were proud of ourselves. I'm an engineer at Amazon Web Services, right? And we go to these companies and we admire who at the company. We admire the CEO, the founder, Jeff Bezos. Who you say Apple? Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs is forever known for what he did with Agile. You think about Elon Musk and SpaceX, Tesla, right? Microsoft, Bill Gates, these big names. And so my story is a little different. When I was at Apple, I left Apple for a season, went full-time in business. I failed. Went back to work for a company called Allegiance Group. So I'm at this company, right? And
are they still in the market?
Huh?
They're still in the market?
They're doing very well. The owner owns the Ravens. Steve Bisciotti. Yeah, so I'm there hearing the story of the company. Steve Bisciotti and his brother in the basement of a home in Maryland started a staffing company. They're trying to get me to be in love with the company, to be a good employee. I'm like, he starts to works his butt off, works hard, 80 hours a week in a staffing company, moves up in the late 80s, the 90s, early 90s, mid 90s, late 90s, 2000, builds one of the largest staffing agencies in the world, buys the Ravens, I think in 2002, 2001. And I'm watching this, I'm saying like, this guy built something. He sacrificed. He struggled. Steve Jobs built the Apple I computer in his garage with Steve Wozniak. And we admire these guys. And I said, is this all for me? Do I come work for their vision? I'm at Allegiance Group staffing agency. I get to work for Steve Bashadi. He was a risk taker and he owns the Ravens. I want to own the Ravens one day. Why not? I want to start my own Apple. Why not? And so I think that the challenge is that we go work for somebody else. In life, you have to choose who you want to be. You're either going to work for somebody who had the balls to go get out there and make something happen, or say, man, I don't mind being that person. But here's what I do know, Saeed. I'm not just competing for me, I'm competing for my family. And I want to one day say that if we have kids, right? Will your kids work for my kids? Or will my kids work for your kids? It's really set on the father and what he did. Steve Bashadi's kids don't have to work, they own the Ravens, bro. When he goes away and passes away, he's going to pass his ownership to his daughter and son to own the Ravens. Steve Jobs' kids are wealthy for life.
Yes, sir.
Right? His ex-wife is a multi
generational wealth.
Because they chose to take a risk. And so, again, I'm not knocking this, but anyone who works for a brand, you work for Target, you work for Walmart, you work for Microsoft, you work for Sony, you work for Canon, you work for Merit Properties, whatever you work for. Somebody took a risk, took a chance for you to have employment. Because that the risk they took, they now control your time. They control you. I didn't want to be controlled.
They own you.
And these guys aren't better than me. God made me. I have a sound mind, sound body. I can work hard. If another man can do it, why not me? Why can't I own the Ravens one day? Oh, it's impossible. Don't even think about that, Chris. That's below you. Why is it below me? And so a lot of it comes to our mindset. And I think for me, I realize that I'm somebody who's inspired by people doing well. I'm not put down by it. And when I see a man is doing it, I can do it.
Chris, I will tell you this, and I'm just being flat out honest with you. Something that not only allowed me to grow in PHP, but was always helping me expand and grow, was being challenged and improving my next version, right? So something that Patrick, while he was at the company, was always speaking about, what's your next?
Yeah.
What's your next? What's your next goal? What are you doing to improve? You should be improving 3 to 5%. You should be doing X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
How these systems that we have in this company has shaped you as the individual you are today, but not only you as a person, but you as a businessman, and how essential has that been in your success? Because most people out there will quit in a system like this.
Yeah.
Because people don't want to change.
Yeah.
People are lazy. I'm good with nothing. I'm good, man. I need to rest. I need to rest. Well, you haven't done a thing.
Yeah.
What do you mean rest for what?
Yeah.
Well, you're tired. Tired of what? Seeing TV and scrolling to Instagram?
Yep.
So how has that shaped you? Because I see your growth. I see the person that you are. And, the true value that not only you bring to SOS, but to the organization of integrity.
Yeah.
So how has that system shaped your mind and yourself as a leader and a businessman?
I think we have an incredible system here. Want to become entrepreneurs. Traditionally, what do? Say you have a business idea. Okay, how can I bring value to the world? Is it a product? Is it a mindset? Is it consulting? I go take out a loan from the bank, right? I cash in my 401k. I go to the small business association loans. I get a loan. I start a business. Most people don't want to do that. Take the big risk of cashing their 401k out, taking a second mortgage in their home to go start a business. We have a platform fee here, $199. You come into our company. I call our business, it's an entrepreneur with training wheels. You get started with this opportunity here. You're not investing tens of thousands of dollars into the business. You get started here. We have a franchise system, plug and play, where you can come into our system and slowly learn how to become an entrepreneur. Someone had to teach me how to be an entrepreneur. I don't come from a family of risk takers. We get jobs. We get degrees, we get jobs, and we work hard for 40 years and retire. We don't take risk. We don't cash out 401ks and open businesses. Think about Jeff Bezos. He cashed his 401k out, and he cashed his mom's 401k out. Imagine that, calling your mom and saying, hey, mom, I need you to cash your retirement out and mine and go all in on Amazon.
Most moms will say no.
They will say no, first of all. And two, we won't even do that. We'll say, no, that's just
too
crazy.
much risk.
That's too much risk. But now he's Jeff Bezos, one of the richest men in the world. And so being in this environment, I slowly was able to grow in an environment where I was taught to become an entrepreneur, how to get a small office, play for the office, how to hire staff. I slowly became, and we have 4 phases here that I love about PHP. In PHP, when you first get started, you become good at sales. We teach how to be a good sales leader. How do I become good at sales? You read sales books, understand human nature. Once you graduate from being good at sales, you become a sales leader. Now developing other people in sales. And then you transition to business owner and then CEO of a real business. So for me, I came in here, I wasn't a CEO overnight. The system cultivated things for me to become better at business and understand concepts and KPIs, key performance indicators, and being around Patrick Bet-David and Inner Circle and things we have access to, and access to successful entrepreneurs. And so what ends up happening is that we take ordinary people in our system and make them rock stars. People see me and think, man, Chris is a multi-million-dollar earner in the insurance space. He's phenomenal. Wow, what degrees do you have, Chris? Do you have an MBA? I have no degrees. I'm a college dropout from Compton, California. I came into a business. I was told read books, grow, work hard, develop, don't quit. And one day you will become a man that has the ability to earn multi-millions of dollars per year in insurance distribution. And so if a guy like me can come into this business site and be successful, anybody can do it. But it's a product of, yes, it's a little bit of me. But the system said, Chris, do this, do that, do this. Simple. Step A, step B. You know our system flow. Step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5. That's why I saw people from other countries come into this business and become very successful. I said, whoa, they're just willing to work hard. It's not about your pedigree, your last name, you're black, you're white, you're brown, it doesn't matter. If you're willing to work hard, and guess what we all have? God gave us the ability to work, Saeed. They gave us the ability to work. One time during the COVID crisis, one of my members called me, my team agents called me. It was during that time we're talking about white privilege and white privilege, right? He says, Chris, man, I'm sorry, man. I'm white privileged, man. I'm sorry, man. I said,
he's white.
I said, why are you sorry for me? Man, being black, man, I'm sorry.
Why would he say that? Why would he say this? What is this whole thing about?
During that time, the riots, and I'm black, so he felt bad for me. Like, hey, I'm sorry, man. You're black. I know.
Well, how you felt when this dude said this thing? I said, what?
I said, what do you mean? What are you saying? Like,
what is this whole thing about?
I'm white privileged, man. I know it's not.
Is that dude still around?
You know who he is. I'll tell you on camera. You know who he is. I'm like, I told him, I won't say his real name. I'll say John. I said, John, what are you saying? Oh, Chris, man, I'm white privileged, man. I know you being black, anything happening.
You feel bad because you're black?
Bad for me.
Wow.
Because of what's happening in the world. I said, John, you will never beat me in life. I will crush you. I said respectfully, I will crush you in life. I don't care.
But did you take it incorrectly
the world tells him that. He's watching the news, CNN. Yeah. Oh, pity me. I'm a black man in America. Saeed. Oh, how can I make it? I'm a black man in America. Wow. The world wants the man's out for me. The man's out for me, man. He wants to take me out. The man. He's in the bush over there. The man wants to get me. The man, right? That's what they say about us black and brown communities.
I know. I have heard that.
I told him, I say, John, I will crush you in life. You will never outwork me, outserve me, outbeat you. There's nothing that you have. I say, I'm black privileged. He said, what? I say, I'm black privileged, man. But it's all about the mindset. The mindset you choose to have. You can either be a victim or a victor.
It's crazy. Chris, when we're in financial services, there's so much competition. People are here, people go there, you get calls. And something that I have learned, but I learned this from my mom, was loyalty, brother. Like loyalty and being disciplined. When you know that you want something, you have to fight for it.
Yep.
When something is easy come, easy goes.
Yep.
But then when something is truly worth it, you have to sacrifice, bro. You have to invest. You have to bleed.
Yeah.
So something has to be painful, man. Something has to be painful.
Yep.
Maybe your knees, your bones. I don't know.
Think about my wife, pregnancy. We have a newborn son. It took 9 months for him to bake in the womb. And when he comes out, you watch. You've seen the pregnancy process, right? You have 2 kids. Is it painful for the woman?
Super painful.
But what does it give birth to? A new life.
A blessing.
A blessing, right?
Of course.
I think business is like that. People don't want to labor. Wait, I can't. I have to go through labor and develop it and nurture it and grow it and give birth to this business and give birth to passive income and give birth to an agency. Yeah. Can I just have it?
No.
No, you can't go adopt a business.
It's a process. So the whole point of loyalty, I want to ask you this because there's such much lack of loyalty and people going backstabbing and going here, going this company. Oh no, I have a hard contract. I have this. I have. But then where are the principles? So as you're building and you're starting to discern people and identify people. But today you're good at this, but then I have to assume there's a point that you were not good at this.
Of course.
And you're trusting a person, but then this dude has another intention.
Yeah.
When you're building a business, and this is super important to everybody out there, and especially my underserved market, Latinos, man, because everybody's backstabbing everybody. So how you as a businessman are able to discern the true intentions of the heart of that person that is in your inner circle. How can you start working and truly building a solid team? Because Patrick always said, hey, you can never outwin or outperform a team. If you're a super talented individual, it doesn't matter who you are. Even if this team has no talent, you can never compete with this team. So you're building a team. You're in the process of building a team. You have this incredible dream of building SOS. How did you start discerning people and identify, I can trust this guy, I cannot trust this guy? How your inner principles help you to develop this, because you develop this with practice, trial and error. And failing and succeeding and all that, but most people don't have this. You have it. How did you attain this?
I'll start by answering one way. You don't ever discern 100% someone's intentions. You don't. But here's what does happen in life. So in my business, right? I was naive in the beginning.
Most people are naive. I was naive.
You come up, welcome to the team, man. We're gonna be together forever, man. Take over the world.
We're in love. We're in love, man.
Forever, man. In it forever
We're
together.
in love forever,
never
man.
gonna separate, right?
A new marriage.
So I assumed that. So I give my heart to my people.
But then you believe that. You truly believe that from your heart.
100%, man. I build a team and I put my heart into my people.
And putting time, resources,
into them. Come stay at my home with my kids, my wife, with us. I've had people stay with me.
Here are my keys.
I've paid for somebody's mortgage before. Me pay for your mortgage.
You did that?
Oh, yes. In error. But I didn't know any better. That's my heart.
Well, I haven't done that one.
And then you know, things happen, a misunderstanding, a difference of opinions. They go separate ways and they trash talk you. Talk trash about you. Everyone I've ever worked with that has talked trash left on bad terms. And I said, hey, Pat, man, this guy left my team, man. He disloyal, man. This is what he did. And Pat starts laughing.
He starts laughing?
Chuckling. I said, well, bro, I'm heartbroken, man. Why are you laughing? He says, Chris, welcome to business ownership.
He says that?
He says, if you don't get scammed out of money, out of a deal, or get backstabbed, you'll never be successful in business.
Wow.
I said,
okay, but let's unpack this. Yeah. Okay, so you have been through that more than once.
Yeah, a couple times. Yeah, many times.
But then one was less painful than another one.
Here's what happens. This is my analogy, and hopefully you can follow along with it and make sense to you, right? I have my heart. You ever heard the concept, wear your heart on your sleeve? I wear my heart on my sleeve.
Oh, yeah.
I've always worn my heart on my sleeve. My heart's out there. I give it to you. You can have it. You can touch it. You can pet it. Hey, it's beautiful. Here you go. Here's my heart.
You can hug it.
You can hug it. Here's my heart, man. I give my heart to you. And early in business, I did that. People took my heart. They hurt it. They broke it. They kicked it, spit on it. And it hurt me. And so for a season in my business,
super emotional.
I would get emotional, man. I'm like, man, I'm like, why would you say this about me, man? I loved you. And I took my heart and I hit it. For a small portion of the season in my business, man. And guess what happened to my business? It suffered. It dropped. I was not to my team, disconnected to my team, very transactional. Hey, so how you good work, man? You make some money? Like, good. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Very transactional because I was afraid to give you my heart again. And I realized, I said, man, I can't be successful in business not wearing my heart on my sleeve. So here's what happened. I put my heart back on my sleeve, but it may sound crazy to say, maybe you can probably relate to this. You can't hurt me. You can't hurt me. My
So
heart
no one can hurt you at this
my
phase.
heart is it's on my sleeve,
Immune.
but it's hardened.
So concrete.
But I still give it to you. You can still have my heart. I love you. I got you. But now it's not a two-way thing. I give it to you. If you hurt me, it doesn't hurt me at all. Because I've been through so much more. But I do realize that the key to success in business, I have to continue to get my heart away. I want an office, Saeed, in Virginia that has our financial services division there. An office that has a gym, a boxing gym for my son, where you can box there, and a facility for homeschooling kids. So I can go to, imagine I go to work. I got Champ over here being homeschooled with Chase and Nala and CJ. I can walk over to the next building, man, the gym, watch a sparring session with CJ, go back to my appointment, get ready for pregame, BOM. I want to own that building. Guess what that requires? Capital.
Cash flow.
So in order for me to make more capital, I got to keep dreaming, keep driving, keep improving, keep working. But it's not about me getting these things. It's about who do I bless in the process. I'm of more value to the world when I'm working. I'm improving. I'm giving back. I'm building. If I say, hey, Saeed, man, I'm at $2 million in income, man. I'm done, man. I'm 39 years old. I'm gonna go retire. I'm done. See you later, man. And nothing wrong with someone who wants that. But for me, I want a little more from my family. I think I can make a bigger impact in the world. There are guys and gals on our team. Me and you make good income. There are guys on our team who are struggling, making $25K a year, $45K. They're new business agents on our team. They're learning the insurance game. If I stop innovating, I stop improving, they don't have the opportunity to be who I am. Patrick gave me the opportunity to be who I am today when Pat didn't need any more money. But because he stayed in the game and kept building, guess what? He opened up a platform for me to become Chris Hart. And so for the foreseeable future, man, I'm not slowing down. And so in order to keep going, I need the next goal. So our next goal is that you want to build a $15 million home in McLean. Build it, custom build. Custom build. I got short-term goals. Short-term goals, I want to buy a new car. I want to put 100K into my IUL, a Pat Life IUL, 100K front load into an IUL per year. These goals require capital and money. So guess what? It requires me to stay hungry in the hunt and in the game.
Yes, sir. Chris, as time progresses, and you go into the future 20 years from now, and you look back, what will you do differently that you think that you can improve? Or because most people think of the past, but successful people think of the future and they build the future, right?
Yeah.
So what will you do differently, or what will you actually do even better now that will accelerate, help others, impact others? Because at the end of the day, something that excites me when I'm building, helping, is seeing others succeed, seeing how others will fulfill a dream, or others fulfill a better lifestyle for their families, and people who are simply seeing improvements in their lives.
Man.
What drives you to do what you're doing today and going all in and having this drive? Because Henry asked me, how can you describe Chris? I said, Chris is dependable. He's the MVP of integrity. For me, he's the MVP of the industry, man, of the industry. So what makes you dependable? Because most people are not.
Yeah.
So what drives you to pour 100% of you into others and not discriminate? Because most people will say, I don't want to deal with you, but you're like open to everybody. You're out there, you're exposed, you're simply out there.
Yeah.
Why is that the case, and what drives you to do that?
One thing, you asked me one question about what would I go back and change? I wouldn't change anything. I'm the happiest man in the world where I'm at right now in life. I have so much gratitude for where I'm at in life, and everything that's happened in my past life has prepared me for where I am today. All the pain, all the hurt, all the struggle, the mistakes I made. Without those mistakes, there's no lesson there for me. And those lessons have placed me where I am today, and the opportunity I have today. My wife is at home, gave birth to our fourth child. I got 3 beautiful boys, a beautiful daughter. I have an amazing team, people who are around me who love me. I have an amazing church. I have mentorship. I love where I'm at in life right now. I'm getting better and improving. Now, what keeps me going? The ultimate goal. My ultimate goal is not money. It's not my family. It's not my kids. No, it's not my kids. I believe that I was created for one sole reason, to grow the kingdom of God. That's why I exist. And so when people say, I'm competing with you, you can't compete with me. I don't think you understand. I have a commandment from my creator that he placed me on this earth for a season, maybe 85 years, maybe 95 years. Only God knows. And during this time, he's asking me to grow the kingdom of God through influence, through purpose, through provisions. So my job is to seek out a good thing, right? And I seeked out and I found PHP integrity. I found an opportunity to make more money, to make an impact. And as I increase my influence, Saeed, guess what? It's so easy to influence people when you have money. Why? My guys on my team, they will follow me to a strip club or to church. If I say, hey guys, tonight, me after me, we're going to a strip club, man, on me. They'll go. They'll go in life of sin and vices and certain things if I encourage. If I say, hey, let's do a line of coke. Chris does coke, man? Yes, it's good, man. It's an upper, man. Get you going. Okay, if he's successful. He has a McLaren, beautiful wife and kids. If doing coke gets me that, guess what? People will do it.
Let's do it.
But if I say, hey, I love God, I honor God, I go to church, I pay my tithes, guess what happens? They get baptized. They go to church. The Holy Spirit does His work. And so for me, man, it's quite simple. I know God gave me a microphone and a platform. The more money I make, the bigger business I build, the more people I impact, the more influence I get to win more souls for the kingdom of God. So if that's the case, that's my scoreboard.
So brother, like maybe 22, I was seeing my notes, like 22, 23 months ago, we had a conversation, you and me together, right? And you said, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do all this stuff. So from where, because I'm saying this for the camera, everything you said, you already did.
Yep.
It's not like it will happen. No, it already happened.
Yep.
So from where do you feed these internal conviction that drives you and your belief system? Because in life, you succeed or not based on your belief and your faith.
100%.
Because at the end of the day, if you don't believe that, there's no way you're going to do it.
Yep.
So what feeds your belief system that you're 100% certain you're going to do that because you have proven that?
Yep.
Can you expand that? Because 100%. Most people out there are victims of the shutdown, victims of the economy, victims of different groups, influences, this and that, or simply that they don't have their inner beliefs and conviction and they believe they're victims. Most people out there are victims of the economy now. What drives you to be different? And I need to know from where you get this internal conviction.
When you ask these questions, man, I know it's not like a Christian podcast, but I'm going to speak because
we need to hear this.
So I believe there are godly principles to success. You find them in the Bible. And I believe that everybody who's successful on earth is using timeless wisdom of biblical principles, whether you're a believer or not a believer, whether you're Elon Musk or you're Jeff Bezos or you're Tim Cook or whoever you are. And I believe that if you study God's word and you study stewardship, I believe that God will bless stewardship. I believe that God has a plan for people. He's saying, okay, cool. On this earth, I'm not going to come down on earth right now. I have my children. I got Saeed. I got Henry. I got Chris. I'm going to position them and know, can I work through them? So if God has a couple he wants to work with, a couple that he wants to increase their influence on earth, make more money, can he trust me with that couple? Can he trust me with people? But Saeed, the things that are happening in SOS, I don't control a lot of it. Like we've been blessed with so many things in our company and our team that we're winning and success was coming our way. And we're being blessed with favor from God because I believe God is saying, man, Chris, I can trust. God to me sent you to me. God sent Saeed Dibez to Chris Hart. He says, man, I have a plan for Saeed, for his church, for his family, for what he's doing. I need him around good stewardship, good leadership, good soil. If he's around you, Chris, can I trust you that you will steward Saeed's leadership the right way? I could have pissed over it. I could have lied to you. I could have cheated you. There's things we saw happen in the last 7 years. You've seen, okay, you've seen Chris's consistency, his loyalty, his integrity. You're like, okay, man, I'm sticking around with this guy. I could have lied.
Of course.
And did certain things. I would have lost you.
Oh,
God says, "Oh man, God, Christian, you're bad. You lost him. You lose Caesar. You lose Brandon Ford."
You know what has maintained me in this company? It's not integrity, it's not PHP, it's friendship, mentorship, leadership, great people, starting with you. Others were here, they're not here anymore.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, something that I feel from my heart is a true, genuine connection that is not because of money. It's not because, we need each other to be able to do this. No, it's the genuine connection of people that care for each other.
Yep.
And I truly feel that.
Yeah, I know.
And I see in you the same person I saw from day one that spent a whole day with me at Panera.
I remember that.
In Panera, just like, breaking the ice and connecting with people that at the end of the day, I felt embarrassed because people never showed up.
Yeah.
But you showed me a lesson, said, Chris flew in to spend a day with me to show me that he's willing to invest in me and willing to put time in me. And I should be doing the same for another person.
Yep.
And that was my lesson learned.
Wow.
That was my lesson learned.
That was 2018.
That was 2018.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, I cannot quit, man. I'm not a quitter. So, I know there's a phase that we need to struggle because eventually there's going to be an outcome.
Yep.
But if I quit, nothing happens, So at the end of the day, I will say that those same principles that give you conviction is what actually has transpired and transitioned into others, especially me.
Yeah.
And has maintained me in this company, specifically in bad times.
Yeah.
Because there's always good times, bad times. But everything adds up to where we are today, right?
Yep.
So, Chris, as we finish here, what 3 recommendations you provide to that individual, maybe that lady, maybe that single mom, maybe that single dad, maybe that person who became a victim of the shutdown, maybe a person who lost their job, or a person that was with the federal system and is not going back because they were furloughed, or maybe that individual that is contemplating suicide, or maybe a person that is contemplating leaving the country because they don't have papers, or maybe that individual out there that is struggling with depression and finding a way and they could not seem to find that way. What recommendation or 3 recommendations you provide to that individual? Because your story is inspiring, and coming from Compton, where most people did not want to see you win, and most people were simply against you, but then you beat the odds, and today you're where you are because you selected wisely and correctly.
Yep.
So what recommendation you provide to that individual?
I'll say 3 things here. 1, find a community of people. You heard my story this past hour or so. Everything that has connected me to success in life was part of being in the right community of people. Being around people who are showing me a good example, that are showing me how to love my wife, how to love God, how to honor God, how to work hard, how to show up, how to get better, how to improve. Find a community of people. If that's working with Saeed Abeds, work with Saeed Abeds. If it's you working with somebody in your community where you live now, maybe you live in Ohio, maybe you're in Florida, maybe you're in Texas, find a group of people that are going to encourage you and challenge you to grow and get better. Without that, you won't grow long term. 2, increase your skills. I have to increase my skills. The guy I am today, I'm a multi-million-dollar earner in insurance. I sucked at insurance 10, 12 years ago. I had no clue what an IUL was, or infinite banking, or cap rates, or the market. I wasn't a financial guy. I was a college dropout. And so my skill set has increased over the last decade, allowing me to charge what I charge for my services because of my skill. So what skill do you have? What are you good at? What can you bring? What value can you bring into the world? You could be in a good community with no skills and never make any money. So increase your skills. Whatever you're doing, I don't care if you're in real estate, you're in pharmaceutical sales, you work in healthcare. Find a way to be a subject matter expert in the field you want to work in. And the last thing I would say here overall is faith, man. Faith is my foundation. I don't care if you're an atheist, if you're Muslim, if you're a Christian. Use faith-based principles for success. They're timeless. There's a man named King Solomon. He's labeled the most wisest man ever in the world. If you read his story and who he is. You don't have to be a Christian to follow King Solomon's advice. There's a book called Proverbs. Don't read the whole Bible. Don't read Matthew. Don't read John. No. Cut that out. Just read Proverbs. And I guarantee you, if you read Proverbs, it's a book of wisdom. You apply that wisdom to your life, you will only grow, get better, improve, find success, find happiness, and find peace. So I would say the biggest thing is find a community of people you can work with, increase your skills, and recommit to your faith. If you do those three things, there's no way you cannot win. You're unstoppable.
Brother, I'm super grateful. Thank you for this opportunity. Thank you for your time. And thank you for sharing your time, even though you have a brand new kid. You just came from Miami and you made the time for this. This is super important because at the end of the day, something that we want to show our communities that we care, that we want to give back. And besides that we're dreamers and we want others to dream, because still America is the land of opportunity. And we believe now is the best time to make changes and find a business, find something that truly will allow you to succeed, something that you're passionate for. And I feel your passion, bro. And I want you to succeed, man. I want you to be extra multimillionaire, man. I want you to impact. Actually, I want to see you in the White House, man. I want to see you as
maybe a consultant. I don't want for Congress or anything.
I want to see you, man, succeed in every aspect of life. And I think this is what this whole company's about, man. You know, seeing impact, seeing growth, seeing how we change people's lives, bro. So I want to express my gratitude to you, brother, because I have seen what you have done for me, for my family, and thank you. Even though he has nothing to gain, he has poured all his time, devoted resources into me and my family. So I appreciate you, bro.
Pleasure.
This is what we do in the market. We have incredible leaders, incredible mentors, man. So if you're out there, you're seeking, you're looking, we have a great opportunity in the market to truly allow you to succeed as well and change and achieve and do something different. So thank you again. Thank you for connecting with us. Thank you, Chris Hart. We appreciate you, bro. Until the next.